Alright, welcome back. If you haven't been here before, please check out my channel. Doing a Porsche 911 and 70s Jag, a 3-point hydroplane. If you haven't seen the first video, please check it out for history of ModVP racing and whatnot. But I uploaded that video last year and nobody really cared, and then about 3 weeks ago it just exploded, so I feel a little bit validated that other people are thinking that the Group B rally craziness of ModVP racing was so insane and interesting enough to restore and save this thing. I'm going to go into more detail in this restoration. You can check out my other video here for a quick summary of how I restored another Sleekcraft Aristocrat. This one's going to be faster. This thing is going to be a rocket ship, and I have found a lead on a really badass outboard, so stay tuned for that. This next part was shot a day before the first snowfall of last winter, and then we're going to get caught up to what's going on now. Alright, episode 2 of SST project. We're going to get these seats inside so I can rebuild them this winter. I think that should work. Found a stowaway. What's up, little dude? Let's get you out of there. Oh no. A ton of water got on here. Oh no. You know what? We're redoing it anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter right now. So I haven't done anything on this in a while. I'm going to show you everything that I still need to do and then start attacking it. But first I want to point out that the reason I'm able to do this is because the hull is super well supported. I don't have a roller trailer. If you have one of those, you want to get rid of it. And you want to get a bunk trailer because that's going to support the hull really evenly during the repair process. So the fact that both tunnels are kind of supported right in their corners where they're probably the strongest means that everything is really strong in here. I just crawled under here to check the condition of the hull, and I found water in it over winter, which sucks, but whatever. What I was worried about was I had an old Sleekcraft project boat, and the water got into the hull and it froze downward and it cracked the whole hull right down the middle. So the hull was basically at that point total junk and not salvageable. Alright, I'm going to need to get that tank out of there, and then I need to tear out the rest of this floor, and then I need to tear out the stringer, and then it'll be ready to put new lumber in. PPE is important when you're dealing with fiberglass because it's really bad for your lungs, it's really bad for your skin, it's really bad for your eyes, it's just shitty. So I got some rubber gloves here, eye protection, a really nice mask, which everyone should have by now, and some hearing protection. I am wearing a full Tyvek suit. In terms of cutting equipment, I'm gonna try to use one of these multi-tools. It says plunge cut wood. I don't know, maybe that'll work. If not, I have a grinder here. I actually designed this grinder when I was working at Milwaukee Tool, so that's pretty cool. Everyone should buy one. It's clearly the best looking.
Start it up.
The fuel filler is locking in the gas tank, so I gotta remove that. Unless you wanna...
This is lit.
Sweet, more mouse nest. Gross. Good news is that the transom actually doesn't look rotten, which is not too surprising. I mean, it's kind of protected, but if the water sat against it and there was any sort of break in that seal between the glass and the transom, you think it would rot out. But what Sleekcraft did do is they dipped the transoms in tar, I believe, before they glassed them in to help waterproof them. The next order of attack here is to use that angle grinder and trim all this fiberglass edging. All right, this part's gonna suck. I have to get under there and start cutting out the stringer, and it goes all the way to the front of the boat. So this is gonna be no fun at all, but let's just try to knock it out quick. Okay, so here's the stringer in the front of the boat. We need to cut off the fiberglass strap. Right now, with all these exposed parts of wood, the water can seep right into it and rot it out, which is exactly what happened. right, coolest girlfriend ever. Thank you, she's awesome. All right, I have a question. This is gonna take forever. I do have one other cutting utensil that is more extreme than this, and I'm questioning if I should use it.
Define more extreme.
It's powered by gasoline and it's a 2-stroke.
Chainsaw?
That did not work well at all. Damn it! Oh my god. Check this out. So I scored the fiberglass right here with the angle grinder. You see where it's moving away from the hull? They didn't even glass down into the hull. What the fuck? Whoever worked on this was certified brain dead. Alright, new approach, more leverage. Ball joint, separator thing, pickle fork, top. Using a pickle fork on a tunnel hull, bros. Now I got a lever, let's see what happens. Yeah! That's what I'm talking about. Yeah! Big dick boy! For like the two of you that got that Team Fortress 2 reference, awesome. Now you can see the condition of the original stringer. Don't ever do this. Don't ever put stringers next to a rotten stringer. This is such a podunk freaking hillbilly repair, and it obviously doesn't work at all. And the other thing they didn't even do is they didn't even bond these to the center stringer. Like, it popped off this. What they should have done if they were gonna do, you know what, I'm not even gonna get into how to do this properly. Don't do this. Alright, so as you can see, the stringer is almost out. I'm really excited about it. Probably in another hour I'll have the rest of the stringer ripped out, and then it will be time to start fiberglassing and putting in fresh lumber, which is going to be awesome. Because honestly, this demo work is gross and disgusting, but working with fiberglass once you're wearing gloves, I mean, it's fine. It's not really that dirty. It's kind of a good time. And I'll show you how to do it. So thanks again for watching this. If you like it, please subscribe, but I'm not going to ask you to. I've never asked you to, and I try not to run non-skippable ads. I think that a lot of people on YouTube are just being greedy. I just do this for fun and to share my passion for going really fast in various things. I'm gonna try to do a weekly update on this thing because my goal is to try to get this thing in the water in July. I have a lead on a really high horsepower outboard that I'm really excited about. I'm also restoring that 3-point hydroplane. I've got this Civic project going on up here. So yeah, a lot of things happening, but this thing is my main focus now, and I'm gonna try to put out a video every Saturday. So yeah, thanks for watching, and cheers.